Hey everybody, I'm the Linux Gamer and I just played Firewatch. It's a story-driven exploration game developed by Campo Santo and published by Panic Incorporated. Firewatch was released February 9th, 2016, receiving a Day 1 Linux launch. This review was made possible by my gracious Patreon contributors. Thanks guys, you're awesome. Firewatch is an incredibly gorgeous, stylistic exploration game set in the Wyoming wilderness of 1989. Right off the bat, the game's expert use of color and sound provide an overwhelming and convincing sense of atmosphere. As the title progresses and the story unfolds, the mystery deepens. The two voice actors here, Rich Sommer as Hank and Cissy Jones as Delilah, never falter in their performances. They were exactly the right choice for their roles. So we learn a lot about both Hank and Delilah through their authentic, expertly performed dialogue. The flow of conversations feels so genuine. Without delving into spoilers, I want to talk about the story. You play Firewatch as Hank, a 40-something-year-old guy faced with tragic circumstances. Your wife was diagnosed with early onset dementia. She doesn't remember who you are anymore, and despite the choices at the beginning of the game, she's no longer a part of your life. So you're alone, and you try and run away from your problems. You take a job as a firewatch, in the middle of nowhere. When you get to your station, your boss Delilah introduces herself to you over the radio. As you're getting to know each other, you both notice fireworks being set off. This is a serious hazard to the forest, so you set out to find the culprits. Upon completing your task of chastising the teenage girls rocketing explosives into the air, you find someone along the trail who, it appears, has just ransacked your station. From there, the intrigue, the drama, and the tension unfolds in a very linear, but quite satisfying way. When I got to the end of the game, I have to admit, I still had some lingering questions. But despite those questions, I enjoyed the experience of completing Firewatch. The anxiety I felt, the compelling sense of uncertainty, the visceral reactions I had to certain events in the game, the phenomenal dialogue, and the concise storytelling left me jonesing for more. In terms of mechanics, Firewatch goes fairly light. The main draw of this title is its story, and rightly so. The most important mechanic is dialogue choices. When Delilah speaks, you can choose how to respond. While I don't know how much of an impact these choices have on the ending of the game, this level of freedom left me investing much more of my own emotion in both of these characters. Much more than I ever did with Booker DeWitt from BioShock Infinite, who basically followed his own script. You have a few tools at your disposal which all service the narrative. You have the radio that you talk to Delilah with, and a map and a compass. As the game continues, you find climbing ropes, a Pulaski, and other things that help you along the way. While you do have a chance to explore around the wilderness freely, everything else you do in the game is in service of the story. Now this isn't a problem for me. Shuffling around a gorgeous outdoor environment is great, even if it's in search of objectives. I've heard some people refer to this game as a hiking simulator, which is often meant as an obtuse criticism, but the hiking in this game is all about pacing, as much as it is about exploring. Firewatch has a few minor issues in terms of performance. Small annoyances like alpha masks not rendering properly, audio cues not playing, or sound effects playing too quietly. Nothing major, I mean these things could be fixed with a patch, but definitely something worth pointing out. Firewatch is a powerfully emotional experience. From beginning to end, I walked through Henry's life, getting to know his pain, fear, and loss. Many elements of Firewatch remind me of Gone Home. Both titles have their stories told through their narrative and voice acting. While I feel Gone Home has a little more to say, Firewatch kept me at the edge of my seat with an unrelenting uneasiness that I found to be both sensational and refreshing. Firewatch, in my opinion, is what exploration games should be. A dramatic, thrilling story told through pitch-perfect writing, contained in an engaging, interactive package. I beat the game in about 4 hours, and I found it to be exactly the right length. Campo Santo knocked this one out of the park. Firewatch is available for Linux through Steam, link in the description. Have you played Firewatch? What do you think of it? Leave me a comment and let me know, or tweet at me at the Linux Gamer. You might consider supporting future videos like this on Patreon. Feel free to check out the rest of my channel, including my previous XCOM 2 review, or you can click over to my friend Kenchika's ongoing Firewatch playthrough. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and share it with your friends, and make sure you subscribe to see more from me, the Linux Gamer. Thanks for watching. set in the Wyoming wilderness of 1989. Yep. Fact check on aisle 9.